SMT Nation, We Back Nation, AT&T reporting their Q1 2024 results, and a lot of the elements look pretty good. Let me give you guys the rundown. We'll have some follow-up videos later on for you guys, but we'll kind of go through the preliminary stuff. Obviously, I got to watch and listen to the webcast that they have. We usually like to tune into those because we can get some extra color and transparency. Sometimes good questions are asked. Anyways, we'll get to that and we'll do some more content. And let's give you guys the details of what we know so far and what AT&T has done for the first quarter 2024. Like, share, and subscribe if you're new here. Turn on the notifications bell, and make sure that you stick around for more content like this. And we've got live streams coming up. All right, guys, let's get into these earnings and what these numbers tell us. So the financials look pretty good. Revenues at $30 billion. The EPS diluted coming in at 47 cents. Adjusted, it's 55 cents. Net income of $3.8 billion. Adjusted EBITDA, $11 billion. 7.5 billion cash from operating activities. CapEx at $3.8 billion. And free cash flow is over $3 billion. That is about 10 to 15% higher than Verizon. The market's going to really, really like that number. Postpaid phone net adds, probably going to be industry leading with the exception of T-Mobile. They'll probably double this or nearly double it. Anyways, we know that T-Mobile does have free line deals, so that kind of impacts that. Mobility service revenues, $16 billion, up 3.3% year over year. Postpaid phone churn, really impressive stuff. 0.72, that's probably going to be industry best. I don't think Verizon was even near that. I think they were at 0.89. I think this is pretty indicative of something that's going to be a trend. So AT&T's is very, very low. Verizon's is comparatively elevated. T-Mobile might come in pretty low too. Verizon might be the odd man out in this year's Q1 kind of for a churn rate. So we'll have to get the rest of the numbers. Anyways, moving on. 252,000 on the fiber net adds. That's the 17th consecutive quarter of 200,000 plus net adds. Broadband revenues are up 7.7% year over year. Consumer and business locations passed with fiber now at 27.1 billion. 27.1 million. So things look pretty good. In terms of the outlook, a lot of it looks to the upside. CapEx 21 to 22 billion range. I think they projected that already. Free cash flows, they're ranging between 17 to 18 billion. Based on Q1, they're probably going to exceed that, and that's going to make investors very happy. Earnings per share expected to grow in the future as well. With respect to some of the other numbers that are probably of interest to us, I don't know. I guess business wireline seems to be a problem. 7.8% on the downside. Looks like there's a lot of legacy voice and data services that are starting to kind of phase out. There's some changing and some moving there. Consumer wireline, obviously that's up. Growth in broadband. I don't know. A lot of that stuff looks pretty good, with really the only issue being that legacy wireline problem. The market seems to be liking it. Just looked at, kind of Wall Street's reaction to the earnings dropping. The stock was popping over 3%. I'm not sure what it is right now. Actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and check here while I'm producing the video. Yeah, they're plus 3.7% currently. So it looks like as long as the market stays to the upside on the day, AT&T and their investors are very happy with these numbers. So this is huge. We really just need T-Mobile, which we're getting their numbers tomorrow. Then we can compare the big three. AT&T looks like they are the taker in the industry because of those phone promotions, and it's helped their revenues. It's helped a lot of what their success is from. One last thing I'll mention is you see the free cash flow. That's really what's probably making the stock pop. I think the bigger issue that's concerning about this, if there is a concern, is AT&T is doing it with layoffs. And I hear through the grapevine that those things are not going to stop. So that's going to be something to monitor through the rest of the year. If they're going to accelerate and push forward on the free cash flows and those types of things to make investors happy. They did pay down some debt in the quarter, so that's important. So they're able to do those things for investors, but at the expense of shrinking the company. So very different than Verizon. And that's really the difference. If anything, if AT&T has higher free cash flows, if they seem like they're doing quote unquote better financially with the quarters, it's because of the mass layoffs that happen continuously at AT&T. I don't really see anything otherwise, because subsidizing handsets is expensive. They're just offsetting it by laying off employees. Anyways, tell me what you guys think of the numbers. Tell me what you think of the outlook and kind of how things are looking for AT&T. Are you positive, negative? Are you, kind of like, nah? Tell me your thoughts and opinions. Welcome down below. The voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.